Well, welcome back to an episode of the Wrestling Aroundup where we go through the biggest news.
Lost him
Okay.
already.
What a start. What a start.
It's brilliant. This is great podcasting.
God's sake.
What are we doing?
No, he's gone. It's gone. Well, we'll wait for it to come back, but welcome everyone to the rest
Yeah,
of the
nice one. What a great time to freeze that was.
Oh, he's back. Right, here we go. Go on.
Right.
Do your intro.
Alpha, I did it all, but we'll just get it.
No, we got welcome. We welcome back, and then you ready for us.
Okay, so I'll start off from where I finish. Edit this in to the Wrestling Roundup.
I'll stay in.
Where we go through the biggest stories in this week's world of wrestling. First one of the year. Didn't do one last week. But as it is a wrestling news show, we obviously have a world-class wrestling journalist in the form of Aaron Franklin. Aaron, how are we doing?
Yeah, not bad. I'm here.
Good.
That's,
at least you're here, yeah.
Yeah,
First one
that's
of the
more
year.
can be said than other people. So
Yeah, he won't be mentioned though because he's sacked. He's that depressed about losing his mustache. He's had to take some time off.
He saved the world.
He just sat at home stroking his top lip, wondering what's happened. Also joining me is the ever-present, world-renowned, wonderful Scoop L.
Scoop Al. I'm here, Ross, but I'm also on the side editing and doing the social media for an Animal Crossing tournament. So I'm going to be busy with that as we go on.
But I like to see your commitment that you've made it onto the show.
Sure.
Is it a big tournament? How many people are going to watch that?
It's 2,000.
Right.
But I'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's just pretty big break for me, to be honest, personally. Get away from this place.
See, let me get this straight. You're not in the tournament.
No, I'm doing the social media.
Right, okay. So you're on
what
account.
does that involve?
I just edit clips in that.
Just retweeting, I think.
Yeah. It's good.
And he's on your own account, or is it on somebody else's account?
Someone else's account.
So by rights, these 2,000 people won't know it's you doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Until at the end of the tournament, when everyone's realised that the tournament's finished, so they're no longer looking at that account anymore.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, right.
Tom Nook is winning.
Right. Nice one.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. Hopefully it won't keep you away too long.
No, hopefully.
You're a bastard. Right, I don't know what the biggest news is today. Well, I guess I do. Despite what the internet wants to tell me, we'll get on to hell later. Vince McMahon is back. He has come back. He's officially on the board of directors again with two other people whose names escape me.
George Barrios and Michelle Wilson.
Yeah. Right. And he's come back to facilitate a sale.
Yeah.
That is it, apparently.
Yeah, that's the reason he's come back by all accounts.
Yeah, I'm glad we're recording this on a Monday and not the Friday where this news broke, where everyone was just like shitting themselves. We've had the weekend to calm down.
Yeah.
Process it all now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it looks like he's coming back to, make a sale, which, I don't think want him anywhere near the company, really. And he kind of seems to have kind of completely forgotten why he had to leave in the first place.
Mm.
But from a purely practical standpoint, having your biggest shareholder involved in the sale of the company kind of makes sense.
Well, that's it. He retired, but he's still the top dog, isn't he?
Got 80% of the voting power, which is why he voted himself onto the board, even though they all said no. So yeah.
Basically, he was going to go through the court, wasn't he, if they said no?
Yeah, I think he was basically going to. Media rights are coming up in October 2024. He was just going to not sign off anything.
Yeah,
until he was back on the board.
Do we know any bidders? Who wants it? Disney's always rumored. I know there's the deal in some Australia or something in it.
Right.
Disney.
So there's quite a few, isn't there? There's Disney, Netflix, Amazon, USA Network.
Yeah.
Which that's what the fans are wanting out there. They're wanting them to stay with USA. Because products isn't going to change that much.
That's NBC Universal, and the most exciting thing to me about that one is apparently they also want the theme park rights. because they own Universal Studios.
That would be cool.
And that really excites me.
You could Peacock as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, they've got everything.
Imagine if that's the case, you could literally physically ride Space Mountain.
Yes, that's what
if that isn't a ride at that theme park, there's no point going.
Ric Flair's Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Just don't get any trains with him.
Space Mountain, but he's just piping you the entire way.
The rumor has it though that there's a Saudi company that want to buy as well.
Yeah, it's the Saudi investment fund who basically is Saudi Arabia.
Saudi state, isn't it?
Yeah, they do the live golf. Yeah. Do they have Newcastle as well? Oh,
I think so.
In that? Yeah,
I think so.
Which is probably why all the What Culture journalists who are based for Newcastle will be very quiet about that one. But yeah, it's I don't know about that one, to be honest. I think it makes more. I think the idea behind it selling now is that the TV rights are coming up anywhere, and basically, if they sold, say, SmackDown to Fox like they have done now, and Raw to USA Network, NBC Universal, that company is going to see WWE as worth less.
Yeah,
because they've got a show on a rival network. So if they sell it now within this window, they can basically buy everything Raw, SmackDown, NXT. You know, whatever they want, they can do it all at once. But Ross, I think we're forgetting the big one. And I've read this from a few people on Twitter, and I think it's going to be true. And I think this is what's happening. But Tony Khan is going to buy WWE.
Tony Khan got not a bug in the ball to buy
Ross, just reading what I've seen on Twitter. Right? Reading what I've seen on Twitter.
Wrestling fans.
Imagine if he did, though. Imagine if he did.
Tony Khan is going to be.
Hey, if you just said this to WCW fans, say Vince McMahon's going to buy you out, they'll fuck off.
Yeah,
and then stranger things happen, don't they?
But that's the thing. The thing is, like WCW were in financial trouble, so they had to be sold. WWE have to be sold, but for a completely different reason. It'd never be more valuable. So it's not really the same. But I did see, because Warner Bros. Discovery were what everyone talks about, but I don't think it's going to be them because they seem to be making more cuts at the moment. But someone was like, "Oh, they'll have to."
Are they making cuts to save money though?
Yeah, I don't think. But this is the thing, and then someone was like, "They're going to have to. They won't buy it because they've already got AEW." It's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like
that's not how it works, bro.
Sorry, it doesn't. It's an $8 billion company. What they've been valued at against like 100 million TV rights deal. It's just not the same thing. But anyway.
I think the best one that I've seen over the last 24 hours. Is someone commenting on Disney buying it and saying that if Disney buy WWE, we're going to see Brock Lesnar versus Mickey the Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Just on that, do you think that Disney are going to take Triple H out of content?
No,
they're going to leave everyone in situ. The product's not going to change. The product's the product. All they're going to be doing is buying the rights to the company.
Yeah, it's like
wear it on their broadcasting, basically.
It's like Star Wars. We haven't seen Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then look at my new sidekick is Donald Duck. You know?
Well, that's it.
You know what I mean? Why would they do that?
I think they bought Star Wars and they kept George Lucas in some sort of creative position, didn't they? And then they bought Marvel and they kept Kevin Feige there. And they just like run it as their own thing. So why would it be different? Because the other thing as well is like, they want everything to be family friendly. Like they've got FX and they've got the Disney Star, haven't they? There's a lot of like
they've got Family Guy, on things. It's like, bloody hell! If you ever watched Solar Opposites, that is not family friendly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like those people are just thinking of like literal Disney, the brand, not Disney.
No, they don't understand what Disney's huge. Yeah.
I think news like this does make you realise that wrestling fans sometimes are quite out of touch.
They're in their own bubble, aren't they, wrestling fans? Yeah. They don't see the big picture. $8 billion, that's what it's been valued at.
Yeah. For me, the most interesting one would be Netflix. If Netflix was to buy it, does that mean that all the streaming content would go onto Netflix and that you get all your weekly stuff on Netflix?
Yeah, they have been experimenting with live shows. Is it a Chris Rock show that they've done as a test, I think.
Well, Disney did Elton John live at the Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, and then obviously Amazon have got the football and tennis, haven't they? And
rugby union as well.
They have the NFL now as well. Amazon
do quite a lot of sports.
Yeah, but Yeah, because apparently Netflix had said like they weren't interested in live sports because they couldn't see a pathway to profitability, which obviously you're not going to get with the Premier League. I don't know how anyone makes money off the Premier League, but I don't think WWE is bad value, really. You've got like a dedicated bit. It's like, we saw how much Peacock use a bit of short bite when the WWE went on there. WrestleMania gets the most viewers now than it's ever got. So there's obviously, you're going to keep a sizable loyal audience to any streaming service that it goes to. So it will obviously be a lot cheaper than buying like the Premier League or the NFL or something.
It would be interesting if it goes to an already streaming service. Do they keep the WWE network?
If it goes to someone like Netflix, I don't think so. I think they'll just make an add-on. So you pay, I don't know, pay
extra?
10 quid for your... Yeah, pay 10 quid for your Netflix and maybe 5 quid extra for your WWE.
So I was going to say,
like Netflix have started doing the tiered system anyway, haven't they? So you can pay 5 quid and watch it with adverts.
Yeah.
So they might just do something like that.
Because they've already got, I don't know how many subscribers WWE Network has. It's in the millions, I'm pretty sure of it though.
Well, it's not many now, Ross, because obviously it doesn't exist in the USA anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, they've got people paying already. So I don't know, would they move? They probably would. Like you said, it's a loyal, weird audience, isn't it? Wrestling.
Yeah, you pay it, wouldn't you? Like
Probably.
The only minor worry for everything that's going on, but I hope the search functionality works. I hope it's not just I hope you don't just go on like Netflix and it's witty and irreverent TV comedies and it's like SmackDown. It's on there or something. I hope it's got like
it's a
WWE tab.
I mean, I don't know how it works on streaming service, but that to me is a lot of content to drag across to something. Surely it's the WWE network. You have years and we're talking decades worth of content. Surely it's as big as, maybe not as big as Netflix or the ones, but surely it's a sizable chunk to then add into their already.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they will keep it on a different platform.
It did take a while when it apparently went on Peacock. I remember at first they just made sure they had like every WrestleMania and all like some big stuff on. But Classic Raws and that took months to come on. They're on there now, but it took a while to come on.
Yeah.
It's going to make it ridiculous, isn't it? Unless they have their own segment on. You go on the Disney app, say whatever, and you click on WWE.
Well, that's it. You go on Disney at the moment.
It's pure WWE.
Yeah, you go on. You log into Disney now, and it's got like Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, or is it Star and National Geographic and that? You just have a WWE tab on there, I assume.
And that's only if it goes to one of the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then we could just see the network stay as it is.
Yeah, I think it'll go to NBC Universal. That's my hunch.
That makes a lot of sense. They've invested a lot of money, and I can't imagine they'll go without a fight.
If they're listening, please make it happen because I want to ride Space Mountain.
Yeah. Because they said the Hulk roller coaster. They could have the Hulk Hogan roller coaster. There's many choices there. Isn't there?
Yeah,
is that somebody you would have?
Just
I don't know.
Yeah, just handlebar. It could just be a handlebar roller coaster, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. When you sit down, like the bar that comes across your knee, that's what goes the moustache.
His moustache, yeah.
I think the most shocking thing for me with all this, they're planning to make the sale and get it all done within 3 to 4 months. That seems very
they must
quick.
already be talking.
It amazes me how obviously I work for a big American corporation that's going through a spin-off rather than a takeover the one, but it's amazing how quickly it happens once they decide that something's happening. You'd think it would take years, but it really doesn't.
To be fair, one of the companies I used to work for, there was a rumor he was getting bought out by a Chinese investment firm, and then I think it was like a month later he was bought out by a Chinese investment firm.
Yeah.
And we all got new vans, we all got everything.
It happens quickly when it happens.
Obviously, it's not the same cost as this, but that was shockingly quick. Speaking of the sale, then, according to a friend of the show, Conrad Thompson, Nick Khan's going to get a big payday as part of the sale.
Yeah, probably.
Is there a role for him after the sale?
Yeah, he's going to stay on as.
Stay on.
Yeah, he's going to stay on as co-CEO, and he's the businessman in the company. No one else in the company has kind of got the business mind that he's got. I think he's got a job for life there. if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you're going to have Triple H and creative, but Triple H ain't going to be a business guy. We'll get onto it later, but Triple H is going to be the guy going, let's do that show in the UK at that time of year because that'll work. That's all Nick Khan. He's the reason we have Saturday pay-per-views. So I'm very grateful for Nick Khan.
Everyone hated him like a year ago, but Nick Khan is an absolute WWE legend for life.
Yeah, we got Saturday pay-per-views. We got Clash at the Castle. I love the guy, frankly.
We'll jump to it now because you just mentioned it. We had Clash of the Castle, which I unfortunately didn't go to. However,
you haven't watched it yet. That's the
no,
Phil's still waiting.
Maybe it's because I'm upset about not going. Maybe that's what it is.
Year anniversary show.
We wondered, would WWE come back? It was 20 years before previously to Clash of the Castle. It wasn't even a real pay-per-view, was it? It was one of them fake Sky ones. So it's on 30 years to go back to the proper one, which was SummerSlam. However, one of WWE's new Big Four, because I think this is more important than Survivor Series, Money in the Bank is coming to the O2 Arena.
I thought you were going to say O2 Academy then. That would be a turn up for the book. So, yeah.
I'm excited for this, but I'm annoyed that Money in the Bank hasn't gone back to WrestleMania, if I'm honest.
I don't think it ever will.
I think it's I wanted it to, for because I mean we discussed it ad nauseum on this, haven't we? It's just it forces you to do something else with your main event stars. But I think there's just too much. They see it as the fifth.
It's the new Royal Rumble,
the big five in it. Yeah.
Do we think then? So it's coming to the O2. Obviously, ticket price is nothing. We've got a date, I think, but nothing. I don't know off the top of my head.
It's first of July,
2024.
2023 this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
We don't have anything else. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of access, which would be quite cool in the Dome.
You'd think they would do something around it.
You can
you could do a mini golf tournament with WWE wrestlers if you get like the gold package.
Yeah. How much does it hold for wrestling then? O2?
20,000.
20,000. Tickets going to be hard to get there.
It's going to be hard to get, and apparently a lot of people are asking, like, they just sold out 60 for Cardiff, which I think, even though that was a success, might have scared them a little bit because Cardiff didn't sell out as big as it was. But
it was very close to selling out, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think they could have if they wanted to. They opened the back stand. There was only 3 of the 4 stands open.
Yeah,
but I mean that's because they made tickets too expensive. Like the upper tier sold out, it's the middle tier. So be interesting what they do. But according to Fightful Select, here's your scoop of the day from Scoop L. Basically, they see the O2 Arena as like the Madison Square Garden of the UK. So
in London,
they want to hold it in the most prestigious venue, basically. I think Wembley's probably in Harry Styles playing like 50 times over this season anyway. Yeah. So.
I mean,
you thought Tottenham's ground would have gone for it, though?
I thought Tottenham's ground was a shoe-in for it, to be honest, Ross. But yeah, here it is. Well, obviously, as well, reading the Twitter, Ross. I think this is very serious that they've done this because AEW now can't do a show in London this summer because WWE are doing one Saturday night. So
can you not? Why can they not?
Well, I'm just saying what I've said on Twitter. Seen on Twitter.
They're
doing it to stop AEW
this year.
Yeah. Because I was right.
They'll
just do it Craven Cottage, won't they?
Craven Cottage holds about 30,000. I want them to go on. I want them to do it on the same day because then you're going to get tickets for one, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be easier, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to get.
If you think there's 60,000 people who want to go to a WWE pay-per-view, right? Some people have been to one, so they might not want to go to the other one. So you might have around 50,000 people. Craven Cottage, O2 on the same night.
If I was
all wrestling fans aside,
if I was Tony Khan, though, I'd be tempted to do it for the Friday.
Yeah,
you're going to have people in London.
Yeah, they've already announced it, haven't they? So I can see if you're an AEW conspiracy nut why you would think, but I think it's more because they sold 62,000 tickets in Wales last year for a B pay-per-view.
I was going to say, even if you're an AEW conspiracy nut, that's just business, pal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. I hope we can get tickets. That would be.
This kind of segued a little bit about what we was talking about there with AEW. I've just started listening to Jericho's most recent podcast with Jeff Jarrett. Obviously, he's taken over live events and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And he was saying he sees AEW like TNA back in the day, where they've got a larger audience outside of the US.
Mm-hmm.
He sees like Canada, India, UK as kind of like the biggest wrestling audiences, basically.
Oh yeah, for sure. AEW would sell out any arena in the UK.
Yeah,
Craven Cottage they wouldn't sell out like Wembley Stadium. Or I don't think WWE would ever, to be honest. But
no,
they would sell out Craven Cottage in a heartbeat. I would think. What's that? It holds like 22,000 on the pitch. Probably get like 30,000 people in there. I reckon they could sell that out.
Speaking of selling out, though, WrestleMania has set the record with its biggest ever gate. Probably another reason why people are willing to spend $8 bloody billion.
That's
this
it.
company, it's only getting bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, all metrics. Is this a bit of it's 2 nights an hour? So is this combined being WrestleMania 32?
I'm guessing so. But that's the way to do it, isn't it? I know people pay. You're selling people 2 tickets, aren't you?
The most impressive thing is they haven't even announced one match yet. Not one match has been announced, and they've got the biggest gate on any pay-per-view ever.
I think
it's insane.
This is my thoughts, and Lou, you sort of put them in my head. You sent us a picture of the Royal Rumble, and you said it's electrifying.
Ah, right, Ross. I can't take credit. That was old TP.
Oh, was it? So it was Terry Peters.
Yeah.
So it was electrifying. I think The Rock's coming back at Royal Rumble because Vince, they're going to do something positive to wash over Vince coming back.
As long as he isn't in the Royal Rumble, I'm happy.
I think he'll get booed.
I don't know if he'll be in the Royal Rumble. I don't know if he'll come out after the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But I think that everyone's complaining now about Vince McMahon coming back, and all this Wall Street Journal stuff's coming up again. However, if The Rock comes back at Royal Rumble, as bad as it is, and people shouldn't forget why Vince McMahon left in the first place, people are going to quite quickly forget why Vince McMahon left in the first place. Forget about him going back, because all they're going to be talking about is The Rock. Yeah. So it's very, very clever from Vince if that's what's happening.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it's Vince. I don't think Vince is involved in creative. I really don't.
No. Yeah. I don't think he's got anything to do with it now.
No, he's not been back at HQ since.
No, he's working from his home office.
Yeah.
Well, that's my theory. Mike Ashley did something very similar with Newcastle's football ground, whereas he named it Sports Direct Arena in the hopes that somebody else would sponsor it, because then they won't be the first and the fans won't kick off as much.
Yeah.
It's a play it's a play that they do. All businessmen do all the time. They do something horrendous, everyone kicks off about it, and then they do something else, and you just sort of forget and move on, because we're all fickle, aren't we? And we're all got attention spans and backs.
I think it could be interesting if The Rock comes back, but I just have a feeling he'll get booed.
So I think at WrestleMania, I think The Rock will be there.
Yeah. Well, the newest route, I think they'll set up the storyline for Roman in some capacity. Kevin Owens isn't going to win a title. The new rumor has it, Sami Zayn's going to win one of the titles
at WrestleMania.
I don't know if it's at WrestleMania, but
Elimination Chamber's in Montreal, isn't it?
When's Elimination Chamber?
February.
This is the thing. If it wasn't 2 nights, I would have said they're going to do a triple threat match: Elimination Chamber winner and the Royal Rumble winner against Roman Reigns. But it's 2 nights. I don't want to see Roman Reigns fight on 2 nights.
I can't remember where I read it, but I read somewhere that they're thinking of, the Bloodline are going around like fucking shit up on all the shows now. Apparently, they were just going to strip Roman of one of the titles because of that or something, and that was going to be how they get one of the belts off Roman.
I still think my theory is the best theory of how to do it. Rock v Roman night 1.
Yeah.
You have Cody go for the WWE title on night 2. Obviously, Roman's hurting from the night before. You take one title off him. Then you can just take another title off him a couple of months' time if you want both of them off him and give him a rest. Just take one off him at fucking Money in the Bank or something.
Yeah.
Give him like 3 months off.
Drew McIntyre and Money in the Bank.
Drew McIntyre should have won one. They should have Heyman should have said, he's the wise man in the council. He should have said, you signed the contract, you didn't read it, Drew. You only signed it for one.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have mattered, would it? Because they could have done it on SmackDown afterwards.
Yeah.
We'd have all been out of the stadium.
You'd have had
By
your
that point.
pop. You'd have had everything.
Yeah.
Then they could have done, I don't know, they could have done another match.
Yeah.
Drew said
he pinned Theory. That was the other thing as well, wasn't it? That was.
Well,
Theory's one that breaks the streak, isn't they? So.
Yeah. No, they were going to put him in the match.
Right.
He catches in during the match, then gets pinned.
Yeah.
I don't think McIntyre's going to be in the main title picture for a while.
No,
I think you stick him in for that Money in the Bank, or Pete Dunne, or Sheamus.
Yeah, it's going to have to be somebody British, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody to win the title on night 2. If they're going to do Rock v Roman, do that night 1. And if Austin comes back, you can put him back on night 2, can't you, this year?
He's looking. He's pretty ripped again. I think he's having a match.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
John Cena versus Stone Cold.
Well, he's got him now, hasn't he? Because no one even remembers the fact that, like, you look at the top 5 stories of last year. Stone Cold returning got knocked off it, didn't it?
Yeah,
so much happened last year that it didn't even shouldn't even register anymore, which is weird.
If you think that's what they're going to do, if they're going to do Roman v Rock, if they're going to bring Austin back, realistically, you do Austin v Cena for me, generation v generation, because you've already got Gunther and Brock Lesnar potentially going, aren't you? That's going to be a banger of a match.
If Brock Lesnar wants to, that would be amazing. However, I think Gunther's hard enough. He can met Brock Lesnar. And then Lesnar is going to try and do what he did to Dean Ambrose. He's going to take one slap from Gunther, and then that is it.
It's going to be like him.
I'll play ball here.
It's going to be like him and Braun Strowman, where they're just like throwing potatoes at each other. I can't wait.
I mean, I know me and Lou last year, we sat here on the review show and said probably the best WrestleMania we've seen. But it's definitely up there. Probably, definitely, without a doubt, top 3 of all time.
Yeah.
I think this year, if they get the card right, I think this could be the best WrestleMania of all time.
That's a bold shout, but I completely agree there.
If they don't fuck it up in the build-up between now, so Royal Rumble this month, and WrestleMania, if you think you could have all them superstars in matches, I think it's going to potentially be the best of all time. This
is one I'm excited for. Apart from ones I'm physically going to, I haven't been excited for a WrestleMania like this for a while.
Yeah, it's the season's looking good, isn't it? Yeah, Batista Hall of Fame as well, I reckon.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Guardians of the Galaxy comes out like the same month, I think, doesn't it? It's all lines up perfectly.
His last one as well.
Yeah,
he's not going to do anymore, does
he? Yeah, that's the big news for us this month. No more drags.
I've just watched him in Knives Out Glass Onion, though. And you know what? The man can act. He's the best. He's one of the better actual actors.
He is the best actor, I think, actual actor. Other than maybe like Hulk Hogan.
But, that's true. If he wasn't like 6'5" and 350 pounds or whatever, he'd be getting loads of roles.
Which is weird because he was never known for his promos, wasn't he? Really, when he was a wrestler, and
he took it seriously, didn't he? And he went to acting lessons and stuff. He wasn't just just going to star in stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He actually went to acting lessons and he did loads of independent films to learn how to act and stuff.
Yeah,
so he's actually he's got the best work ethic.
It's paid off. He was really good in Glass Onion.
I didn't think that film was that good. It wasn't as good as the first one.
I've not seen the first one yet, so I thought it was good, but I've not watched actual Knives Out yet.
I thought the first one was better.
I enjoyed them both, but I would suggest the first. I think the first one's better.
Yeah, I will have to. I'll have to watch that. And
but
I'll come on next week for moving around, and I'll tell you about it.
I don't know what it is, but Edward Norton just annoys me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. His smarmy little face.
He's meant to. He's a heel.
I was surprised to see him because there's a reason why he's not in Hollywood films anymore.
Oh.
Because a lot of directors fell out with him. A lot of companies.
It sounded like you were hinting at something that did.
No.
We're going to have to edit it out, but no, he's a dick. And that's why he's not.
Apparently he's an absolute bellend.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's why I don't like him. Right then, speaking of people who fans don't like, no, I'm not going to do it. No, shout out Fans Returns. But people are happy already because she returned, won the title immediately. She John Cena'd Rey Mysterio, but even though I think he didn't win, Raquel had a good match with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey won, then as far as I'm aware, Charlotte Flair just turned up and said, "I'll have a match," and then she won the title.
It was more WrestleMania 9 than John Cena and Rey Mysterio, I would say.
Right.
This was perfect booking for me. You bring Charlotte back as a babyface, and wow, did she get a pop? She got a massive pop from the crowd. You get a title off Ronda, and now Ronda's saying she wants to dominate the tag division. I think her and Shayna Baszler would be fantastic together in tag team.
Yeah, let do something different.
It'll actually make the women's tag division mean something if you've got them two heading it up.
Yeah. I mean, and people were saying online, Charlotte Flair is the only way they would get Charlotte Flair to be cheered.
I mean, it worked.
Oh, yeah, massively.
She's a huge star. Star.
It's another, internet reaction is different to the actual in person.
Real, yeah.
And she even got cheered the next week on SmackDown this week. She got cheered. The Memphis crowd were chanting, "Whoop that trick," which I had to look up on Urban Dictionary afterwards at Sonya Deville. Then they had a little match, and Charlotte won.
Right, there we go.
But yeah, no, it went well. Because apparently Ronda has just vetoed, don't want to go against Becky. Real life beef. She still blames Becky for her getting booed.
Well, Charlotte and Becky have got real life beef, haven't they?
Yeah,
they just put it behind them and just.
But I think they can work together. But I think Ronda thinks wrestling is real.
But Ronda Rousey, even in UFC, was incredibly petulant.
Yeah,
is the way to put it. So when she won a match, she would be all over. You'd be getting loads of news from her. When she lost, she refused to do any interviews whatsoever. You didn't see her for months until another fight got announced.
Yeah,
she wouldn't shake hands, all that kind of stuff. So I can see that.
Yeah.
And
she thinks wrestling is real, but not. I'm not going to say it, actually.
Ronda did it herself when she started slagging off the Disarmer.
Yeah,
saying it wasn't real.
Well, because she don't get it. She don't get wrestling. Because she's a fan, but she don't get it. But yeah, they're going to do something with her now. But I don't know what they're going to do.
No, I'm glad Charlotte's back because whatever match she's in at WrestleMania will be a big match.
Yeah, they should put someone over. Really, maybe Raquel's the one to go over Charlotte. Now I'm thinking out loud. I don't really want to see Charlotte Becky, even though they probably deserve to have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. I don't want to see it because I don't really care. They can both do something different. Yeah,
I don't. Bianca Belair, Charlotte, has that been?
Really. I think they should aim to have 5 or 6 women's matches over the weekend for WrestleMania.
Three on the year.
3, yeah,
easy.
I don't think you should just have the 2 title matches in like a tag match. I think you should have 3, 4 or 5, or even 6 women's matches.
At the moment, they're building towards Belair, Bliss, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think Bliss is going to win, and I think that'll be the turn because I've seen a few clips. So I don't watch the week shows, but I watch clips. Uncle Howdy or something to do with Bray's been turning up at Bliss's matches, aren't they?
She got freaked out by a doll, didn't she?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a turn, get a title order,
and join the faction.
Well, what's the faction's fighting? Yeah. Uncle Howdy did the Sister Abigail on Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, but it's a thing because he has to. I don't know. Do something to join the editor.
Well, do you want a real scoop?
I do.
Do you know who's backstage at Raw tonight? I mean, by the time this goes out, Raw will already happen, so it's not a spoiler, but it might be. Bo Dallas is at Raw tonight. Ooh. Backstage.
Yeah, well, I don't think Uncle Howdy. I don't think Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. Apparently, whoever is playing Uncle Howdy is kayfabing all the backstage.
Yeah, don't take his mask off at all.
Backstage. I think it's someone older with the grey beard.
Yeah,
people say it's Barry Windham, aren't they?
I think
Tommaso Ciampa.
Goldberg.
No.
Goldberg. It's Uncle Howdy. He's trying new direction.
Yeah, good for him.
But yeah, it could be actually. It could be if it's his actual uncle. That could be because they've also trademarked Uncle Harper, haven't they? But I think you've got to be very careful with that for obvious reasons. That's going to be someone the fans really respect. If it's probably Eric Rowan.
Rowan, yeah. Will he want to come back as Harper?
Well, if you're Eric Rowan, yeah, you want to be back in the WWE. AEW usually once a year, whenever they're in town. if you're wrong, beggars can't be choosers, right? So he'll come back as anything. He'll come back as the spooky skank if he needs to. He's back in Swampy Skank.
We're going to rapid fire before we go to the other main. I don't think it's main news, but
it is.
We'll go to it. So John Cena's bald.
Yeah. So what I'm saying here, you put Stone Cold versus John Cena. If John Cena loses, Stone Cold gets to shave his head.
I would love that. I don't know why he grows it out. He looks about 55, doesn't he?
I don't know why they shot him from behind. Surely they should have told him, like, when you do the 5 knuckle shuffle, face the camera.
I'm not being funny. He earns enough money to be able to get a hair transplant.
Yeah.
And when he had it like shaved, you could probably won't see it as much because he has like a weird ball head now, doesn't he? So anyway, to describe what
it's a respected movie actor now, Ross.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. AJ Styles has a broken ankle.
Yeah, going to be out for the longest time in his career.
That's a shame. Yeah.
So will he be back in time for Mania?
I would hope so, but I doubt it. I think
surprise entrant in a thingy. What do you call it? In a
money in the bank.
What do you think?
I think he'll be out for 6 months.
I was going to say, will he be a surprise entrant in the annual WrestleMania ladder match, or is that pushing it a bit too far?
I think that might be too soon.
Yeah, I think it's pushing it too far. I think.
Good thing is he doesn't need surgery.
But
obviously, he's going to need a cast on, and he's going to need physio afterwards. So
he does. He likes to jump about a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he'll have absolutely no leg muscle underneath there, will he? Once the calf. Yeah, so. Well.
Sheamus and McIntyre, known as the Banger Bros.
This is brilliant.
Is McIntyre just going to join what they're called? I can't remember what they're called.
Brawling Brutes.
Brawling Brutes.
I think so.
But you need to Google a segment of them in the bar. It's unintentionally hilarious because they're doing the whole banger after banger thing.
Yeah,
and they get the bar joining in, but it's just like a bunch of like old women in there. It's very much like, when we were at WrestleMania before in New York before, and it was a Let's Go Orange.
Yeah,
it's that sort of crowd chanting banger after banger. It's something else. It's fantastic.
Sheamus is quickly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, apparently they travel around on the banger bus. That was the current Twitter joke between them two.
It's just so childish.
Yeah,
but it's brilliant.
Yeah, he's a good for them. Yeah.
I find that the most simple gimmicks work.
Yeah. It's almost as good as when Sheamus was just chanting lads with Wade Barrett.
Yeah. Lads,
get Wade Barrett out of retirement and get him in the team with them.
They should do that. I can't believe they had no stare downs or anything yet. He'd be a good one for Money in the Bank.
Well, what's going to happen with Wade Barrett? Because apparently Booker T was only contracted on NXT until December. I'd imagine it's all based around Pat McAfee returning. Does that mean Wade Barrett's going back to NXT?
I like Wade Barrett.
Unfortunately, sir, I would like a 3-man booth, even though I don't normally like him.
What, with Barrett, McAfee and Cut?
Yeah.
I'd do. Just make Barrett a manager. Make him fucking Brawling Brutes manager. Yeah. If he can't get back in the ring. But I think he's gone over running him.
I think he can get back in the ring. He just don't want to, I think. I don't think he retired for any reason, but then he just got bored.
Yeah. Not my favourite Wade Barrett story is. He'd just been told he'd been released by WWE or something like that, and he's driving out of a car park, and Jericho, he sees somebody, he doesn't know it's Chris Jericho. Jericho doesn't know he'll just be released. Jericho flips him off. That was like his last thing of leaving the WWE arena. Is Jericho flipping him off? Wow. He'd been told something like that. I don't know if he quit or he'd been released or whatever, but yeah, it's Jericho flipping him off. I think he drives past him. Jericho's having a car or still up there.
Imagine if they've had no interaction since then. So he just thinks that Chris Jericho hates him.
I think I must have been on. I think Barrett was on Jericho's podcast because he came in with Jericho, didn't he? He said it was quite fitting that his last thing was Jericho doing that. Good stuff. Right, what else? Teddy Long thinks Rey Mysterio is going to retire this year. I think that. Do you think he'll have a match with Dominic WrestleMania and then they'll be done?
Maybe.
The building to it, but the prison Mike version of Dom Mysterio that we've got at the moment is fantastic.
So weird, isn't it?
It's that Christmas. Did you see the Christmas video where he went round to the house and he got arrested? And he's like, "I was surviving jail." Then he's on Raw like the week after, been like prison changes about like being in like a night. I think it's
well, so was Roddy Piper.
He's getting his character. I love it. He's such a good heel.
There's just too many Dementors in prison, don't they?
Yeah, dude, the Dementors. Yeah, it was fantastic stuff. Prison Mike.
He can do what he wants, though, can't he? He can just literally do what he wants. It's hilarious.
Yes.
That must be the best part of the wrestling.
Right, I'm not going to say he's like Kurt Angle because obviously that would be incredibly disrespectful to Dom Mysterio. He's on a whole new level, but he's getting to that level now where everything he says is hilarious. You know, when before like pre-bestiality sex Angle,
like Adrian
everything.
Christian Angle.
That I think he's that sort of character now. I think he could really thrive if he's like to just like act a bit.
Yeah, people are saying that he's the best actor currently in WWE. I think he is potentially. He needs to fucking work on his in-ring ability.
Well, this is what they should do, right? Just have him do all these stupid skits and just have him train NXT at the same time. Just go down to Performance Center, do house shows, and just have him in these daft skits on telly. Because the one with his dad wants to be a good match, doesn't it? So yeah, get him trained up for that. I would say.
It's because people think he's not been wrestling that long.
No, and everyone loved his debut.
Yeah.
I mean, he got overshadowed by Pat McAfee the night before, didn't he? But he had remember that just shows how good Seth Rollins was.
As I say, he was wrestling Seth Rollins. What else have we got? So we have Lashley is expected to return as a monster heel.
All for this.
Yeah.
I did hear recently, Lashley once pitched to Vince McMahon that he would lose and then go into a depression and put on like 90 pounds of fat. And then just like keep losing and be like so out of shape. And then somebody would like MVP or someone would say, "Come on, mate, what are you doing?" And then they train him back. He reckons he can just get back into the shape of his life. And he can just steamroll people again. And he was on about, but Vince said, "No, that's ridiculous." But yeah, he still thinks it's a good idea, so he was going to push it to Triple H.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the sort of interviewer said. Are you going to say Triple H? He was like, I don't know, I might do.
Yeah. So it's like, fourth on the Marvel series, I guess. But it'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What else do you do with him? I think he can be more
they're doing a lot of teasing of the Hurt Business, aren't they? But without him at the moment, just the other three.
Yeah.
Seeing backstage a lot. And there's a lot of sentimentality going around about Shelton Benjamin at the moment. Like, he's getting a lot of love from people. He got a standing ovation after a main event match, which how often does that happen? So.
They should never get rid of the Hurt Business. Bring them back as they were.
I finished a tease to bring him back. And Lashley comes out and just fucking decks them all. Right? Kind of ruins the Hurt Business. We'll never see Cedric Alexander again. But the heat.
Yeah.
Gotta do it for the
unless
heat.
it comes back and he ousts almost.
Yeah. It'd be like, but you know when Triple H and Shawn Michaels teased reforming DX and then Triple H pedigreed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that.
But in the right, I know Pandemic era was weird, but one of the best bits was seeing the Hurt Business in suits.
Mm-hmm.
Such good TV.
Yeah, when they ruined him and like took him out and put bloody Mason T-Bar in. It was ridiculous in hindsight. Go away forever, Vince.
So I guess we'll expect to see Lashley soon. And then the last one before we get to the main, some more news. WWE are interested in Tama Tonga. He's no longer in the Bullet Club, is he?
No,
it's out.
Is he related to any of the Samoans currently in WWE?
No, because it's Tongan.
It's Tongan. So of course, it's called Tama Tonga. Of course. So he's not going to, but he's not going to come in, and he's not going to be the next one in the bloodline.
No, but they do want his brother as well. Is it Herculia? I should know that.
Yeah.
Is that the other Gorilla of Destiny?
Yeah. And possibly Tangaloa is the other Gorilla of Destiny, I think.
That's it.
Herculia is like the younger brother. He's like 31. Tama Tonga's 40 now.
I mean, he's all right, isn't he? He's not going to win the world title, but he could quite easily come in and make the tag team division more interesting.
Well, you could have like a mini Bullet Club, can you?
Yeah. Him and Gallows and Anderson, yeah.
Yeah, well, Styles is out. I don't know how long's left on his New Japan contract because he just won the never openweight championship from Carl Anderson at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, well, his contract is due up in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, but then, I was going to say, like, New Japan are pretty stupid with the titles, really, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, they've just done it with Carl Anderson. They put him on.
New
But they
Japan
had to do that match. Yeah, but to be fair to New Japan.
With titles and contracts and stuff, New Japan's terrible with that.
Yeah, to be fair to New Japan, they were like the first two leaders of the Bullet Club, were they? Carl Anderson and Tama Tonga. So that was probably the last chance they had to do in that match. Because there's no working relationship between WWE and New Japan. It was just Carl Anderson got it into his contract. Like when Kenny Omega and
Nakamura went over there, didn't he?
To Noah. He went to
was that Noah?
Yeah. Yeah, because they used his music and introduced him as WWE superstar Nakamura with Carl Anderson. So when Kenny Omega came out, they said like AEW's Kenny Omega on like, the graphic. Carl Anderson just got the regular New Japan one. So I think it was more Carl Anderson was signing with the WWE, but he was like, I'll sign if I can
have to do this match.
do these dates for New Japan. Yeah, I think I don't think there's any working relationship there.
Terry Peters isn't here. However, he is claimed Jay White and some 6'7" lad who's adopted Daddy's Haku.
I think that's
who he's talking about.
That's a cooler.
I've seen Jay White rumors flying around on the socials. No chance in hell. He's got about 2 years left on his contract.
I feel like he's recently signed a new deal.
Yes. Yeah, there's no way that WWE will buy out his contract.
I think his gimmick is just a bit like MJF's in it, that he just always teases going to WWE. He's done it quite a few times around the Royal Rumble.
I like Jay White. It'd be good if he did, but again, he's going to come in and people want him to be world champion, but he's not going to be world champion.
No,
he's not on that level. He's not on that level.
I think he's gonna start making NXT more NXT-ish again, though, because like Dragon Lee's going to NXT.
They need to because the product in a minute's a bit stale.
Well, the young ones need the veterans. So you have people like, I remember the great matches that AOP had, like good matches with DIY and Revival.
Yeah,
because and AOP green us out, weren't they? They're just two big lads.
That's
what you need.
Yeah. The Revival have lost all their titles recently as well.
On a losing streak.
I think they're going to be wild. Yeah, we should do a prediction show really, for 2023. We'll do that next week. We'll think about it.
We can do that in the main show. We can do a few other predictions.
But I think they might be challenging the Usos day after WrestleMania. See that, man.
It's been about that time, hasn't it? It's been about 3 years, and they've all signed 3 deals, haven't they? Okay, then the last one. Speaking of New Japan,
yes.
Do you know what? She's got the last part of her name. She's got the last part of her name right. That's all she bloody does. Mercedes Mone.
I thought you were saying money because she makes all the money. She makes bank.
No, Mercedes Mone has debuted in New Japan. She didn't have a match, did she? She came out. And then beat up the champion and then held the title.
No, right. So correct yourself, Ross. She made her debut for New Japan in one of probably the worst debuts in wrestling history, in which she botched the only one move that she did, and it's her finishing move. She botched it, and she's been training for weeks.
You know why this is? Because she's not that good.
She's not that good. Overrated piece of shit.
Where is where?
Yes.
Where's Terry when you need him?
She's not on the level of Charlotte, Becky, Bianca, Baker. She is not.
She is on Baker's level, but I just like in the ring. She's got a few more. Right, she's got a few more botches in her, but she's one of 5 women who's main evented WrestleMania, and like whether she's good in the ring or not, I guess like doesn't matter. So I mean, she'll get 5 stars in the match with Kairi Sane in New Japan, no doubt in my mind.
Because Dave Meltzer
absolutely loves it. Speaking of Dave Meltzer, there's more news at the end that I just forgot about, which happened last night.
News by any chance?
No, it wasn't actually. It was more. Oh, Chris Jericho turned up at Pro Wrestling.
We're getting sued because I give Dave Meltzer a Jamaican accent.
Yeah. No. Well, we'll see what happens in episode 2 of that. Sorry. But no. Jericho appeared at Pro Wrestling Guerrilla last night.
Yeah, he did.
That was good.
He
Who's
does
there?
look like that.
But what was I saying?
Mercedes
Yeah,
Mone.
but
Mercedes Big Mother.
it is a big deal. I think like
I'm not saying she's not a big deal
Yeah.
because she is, like you say, she's one of the only women to ever headline WrestleMania.
yeah.
But how do you botch the only one
Yeah,
move that you do in a debut?
It was pretty
and
terrible.
and it's a finishing move. She's been doing it for years. She botches the only one move she
Yeah,
needs
but
to
I
do.
believe it's an armbar instead of a crossface now. In it, I think.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah,
but it was
How do you,
embarrassing.
how do you
Yeah.
botch an armbar?
because it's like a flip into it, and yeah, she just
But just Google it, Ross, because
I'm
it is
trying to defend-
absolutely horrendous.
Obviously, I'm trying to defend it, but it looks like when you see two dogs like rolling around on the floor, I just stop. But you know what I mean? Like two cats is what I should have said.
If you
Playing with each other.
if you was Kyrie, you wouldn't have sold that. You'd have just got back up, wouldn't you? Realistically,
Yeah.
you would have, wouldn't you? And just add a bit more of a brawl, and then add the same outcome again. But it just made Kyrie look weak as fuck because it was a botched finisher.
Yeah,
it's a bit like when Jeff Hardy missed that what's it called? Willow Whisper in the Wind.
Yeah.
And then Jinder Mahal didn't know what to do. So he
sold it.
It was a bit like that.
I think I don't know if he did it because I don't think I heard the one with English commentary. But Kevin Kelly really should just gone didn't get all of that and then just carried on as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like, classic Michael Cole. But no. So she botched it. She might be in AEW tomorrow night. Who knows? Wednesday night.
Well, so the rumor was that she was going to be Soraya's tag team partner.
Yeah,
but AEW announcements don't go well anymore, do they?
No. So they've now announced it, and it's going to be Tony Storm. Why wouldn't you just leave the mystique there?
They must have. They
must have thought.
They must have thought they were going to get any, didn't? I guess.
But the rumor is, isn't it, that WWE think she's going to get these New Japan matches out of the system and come back.
Yeah, the only thing is that WWE also thought about Jericho and Danielson, didn't they? So it's. I mean, it might still be the case with Danielson, although he's not been. Isn't that Danielson's not been in New Japan yet, which really surprises me.
He might want to travel though.
I thought he would have gone to the G1 Climax.
He's got kids on, he's got kids on, hasn't he?
Yeah, I thought he would have been in there at least once because that was the whole point of WWE contacting New Japan in the first place, wasn't it? To get Danielson. But anyway,
she's going to go to AEW?
I don't think she should, and I know obviously, like who's going to say AEW had some, but there's a lot of talk about she wants to be seen as like Cena, Rock, Austin level.
She wants to be the top paid women's wrestler in the world, doesn't she?
Yeah, I guess her end goal is probably the same as Cody's in that she wants to go back to WWE. But it's just how she gets there, really. Like, can she have a good 6 month run in New Japan and do it then? Or does she need to... The thing is, like, when Cody started AEW was on the ascendancy. I'm not saying it's going to close down any second now, but it's not as hot as it was.
No, that's true. And they traditionally don't book women very well.
They don't.
No matter who's been, we've seen Paige go there, and
maybe Saraya's been on the phone, been like, "Yeah, actually."
Yeah, Tony Storm, for all the hype she had, that's died down now.
Yeah, she was really
because they didn't make her. She won the champion, and she wasn't. She won the champion.
Yeah, she got done over that interim championship nonsense, didn't she? But
and I know they've had some decent matches, but again, it's not given the same attention as the Elite are.
No,
and I get the feeling Sasha Banks wants to be the main event of every show she's on.
Yeah, and obviously New Japan's women's division's just started, so she can do all the firsts, all the records and that. And
all the crying.
Yeah. But even if she comes back to WWE, she's not going to be top of the women's division. She's not going to be the highest paid women's wrestler. She's not in the same league as Charlotte or Becky or Bianca or Alexa. She's just not.
And Rousey's going to be on a lot of money.
They're all better in the ring. You know what I mean? She's not the best women's wrestler in the world.
Yeah. But couldn't you say I could still see like a Cody style return for her?
Oh yeah, 100%. I can see a Cody style return. If she wants to be the women's version of the Rock or Austin, she's not going to get that in a million years. She's not, because she's not the best women's wrestler in the world. She's probably top 20 at best.
Yeah, I think if I was her, I'd be wrestling New Japan, get out of the system, go to Mexico. But also use your connections at Star Wars
That's
getting,
how
getting
if she wants
films
to
in
be a big star, that's what she needs to. Because
like Batista, he kind of. I mean, I know Batista did it to act, but he kind of fizzled out, didn't he? And it was WWE. It was a bit poor. Then he got the role as Drax, came back, won the Rumble. I obviously everyone booed him in the end, but like, do you know what I mean? He came back as a big movie star.
But the thing is, Cody, it was a genius at timing, whether it was is doing or not. If Mercedes Mone or Sasha Banks goes to New Japan and wins everything in New Japan and runs their title for 6 months, the majority of WWE viewers aren't going to watch any of it.
No.
She goes to AEW. She couldn't turn that around, but it's not going to have the same fanfare as Cody Rhodes had because I think a lot of it actually was because Cody Rhodes was the owner or part owner, or whatever we want, executive vice president.
Yeah,
she's not got anywhere to do that. She can go and have the best matches in the world in New Japan. I don't think her stock rises in WWE.
No, but I think it's like
perfect example. Hulk Hogan went across to New Japan. Or All Japan, whichever one he did, had some of the best matches in his career. Does anyone actually know him for any of those matches in which he did the best wrestling of his life? No, because WWE fans, mainstream fans don't care. They don't care what wrestlers do in Japan because no one watches it.
I think, but the difference now is I think you can build hype on social media. Like, Ross, remember that time you had to go?
Only to a portion.
Yeah, like, do you remember that time I had to go to Terry because he was on about Matt Cardona and you were like, no one actually watches Matt Cardona. and you were right. But I don't like.
I stand proof right because what's he doing now? Absolutely nothing.
No, you were right. But my point is like, we were all buzzed by seeing Nakamura's debut. I'd never seen him wrestle. I just got caught up in the hype train like everyone else did. So I think you still can build hype. Even if you like your actual audience is a lot smaller.
I will say though, with Nakamura, he debuted at NXT, not WWE.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, AJ Styles, I guess, is the one.
But AJ Styles, I
think, was a bigger name.
Yeah.
And even then, Vince was worried that AJ Styles wouldn't get over.
Yeah.
I think you've got to do it in the right place and the right thing.
But I just think you can build hype. Like, I guess McIntyre's another one.
Again, though, NXT.
Yeah, I guess we debuted NXT.
The crowd, innit? She ain't going to go back to NXT.
Yeah, she could do. You never know. You don't know what NXT is going to look like in a year.
No, that's true. But
it'll look a lot more like black and gold than it did. It will.
I think she'll get a pop. I'm not saying she's not popular.
She would get a huge pop.
I think she will, but I don't
NXT take over Boston.
No, but even in WWE, I think she will get a big pop, and you'd be buzzing to see her back. But I don't think her stock will have risen, no matter what she does on the outside. Yeah. She could sit and do nothing, and it would be the same. She could wrestle for 2 years or 6 months or whatever, or she could do absolutely nothing. Yeah. It's going to be exactly the same.
It could be, but I think
unless she does TV and gets a broader audience.
That's it, I think. Yeah, I'd be ringing up Snoop if I was there, saying, "Get me a new album, do a cover."
Well, Ross, have you seen her hair? You like to comment on her hair as well, don't you?
No, right. If she'd have whipped that off, so then have another different colour hair, I'd have been like, "What's the point?" I'm not bothered about her hair. The whole thing was she came back with a pink wig and whipped it off for a blue one. Everyone's like, "What? Why?"
Such a new badass attitude.
Do you know what I mean? She wasn't exactly known for her hair. She's not like. It's not like she was like, I don't know, when like Big Show shaved his head or something, or Kane lost his hair. Do you know what I mean? It's not like
Bailey is the one, I guess. Yeah.
It's not like if she'd have come out with blue hair, nobody would have been like, "Oh my god, Sasha Banks has blue hair now. Oh my god." I could have sworn she'd already had blue hair. If she'd have whipped that off and she had some sort of mohawk, then all for it. I just didn't.
Maybe that's how she should return. Big mohawk. Yeah.
I just did not see the point whatsoever. Oh god.
Well, Naomi's expected to return to WWE shortly.
To talk about somebody who's getting better every week without actually doing anything and does not deserve it whatsoever. Naomi, Jesus Christ.
But she was pictured in the NBA with Jade Cargill. So,
well, Sasha Banks in the top 20, but Naomi's not in the top 50.
I mean, Sasha Banks is in the top 20. It's ridiculous, but
maybe 20.
Can't do it. I never thought I'd be saying it, but we need Terry, don't we? This
Naomi,
program works better with 4 people, I would say.
Naomi's even worse. Jesus Christ. She has played the stupidest hand of her life listening to Sasha Banks.
Yeah. Well, we'll see where she gets a big pop.
She's making
in the Rumble.
She wears like clothes. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's like amazing. She deserves this." And I remember people shouting, "You deserve it" when she won the title. What was all that about?
She deserved it.
She deserved.
He's frozen.
He's lost him.
He's that.
He's in the middle of a rant.
He's frozen. He's frozen with rage.
So what on earth is she doing?
Oh, he's back. You froze. You froze, Ross. You spared the listeners. We didn't need it.
I was going about how terrible the finisher was.
Oh, the whole
review. What the hell it's called?
Yeah, right. No, Ross, we're not talking about terrible finishes of women's wrestling when your favorite women's wrestler is Sonya Deville. Right, so get out of that. Worst finisher of all time.
You found my favorite women's wrestler is Charlotte Flair because she's the best women's wrestler of all time.
Yeah, she's all right. She's got new music. That was good.
I just think Naomi has no business, absolutely zero business being at the top of any card.
Not saying she's going to be at the top of any card though when she returns. I just said that she's inbound.
Just come on.
No, but some of the fans.
Something happened.
No, but some of the fans on social media absolutely wound me up.
That's just.
She thinks glow sticks are a gimmick.
Well, yeah.
No, no.
Like, yeah,
what does it mean?
She's glowing. She feels the glow.
She's got the Alex Wright's gimmick.
I think Alex Wright's
gimmick music.
Better.
What's wrong with that? WCW legend. And you haven't got.
Come on.
You got to redo. You got to redo the best stuff sometimes. That's how it works.
I hope she never comes back because she's unprofessional. She deserve to work again.
God.
Don't walk out then. You know what I mean? Not contract.
Right. You excited for Stone Cold's next match?
He
walked out.
Yeah.
He's excited for Brock Lesnar's next match.
Come on.
CM Punk.
Do you know what? If you're going to do a parallel of an old wrestler like wanting some off Vince and not getting it and then leaving, Naomi is nails. That is the only parallel. Naomi might as well have held up Vince McMahon with the same wrestling background as bringing nails.
No, it's not the same.
That is the same.
You're
I'd rather have nails back.
You're a hypocrite. Call out Steve Austin. Oh, can you get out of here?
Yeah. Final bit of news. CM Punk open to returning to AEW and making a work with the Young Bucks or the Elite if they're open to doing it.
Yeah, because he's finally pulled his head out his own ass and realised he's fucked up.
Yeah,
Needs the money, doesn't he?
WWE would snap him up, I think.
I think they probably would, but I think he's damaged goods. Not worth having.
Nah, I'd still. I'm all for giving wrestlers a second chance, or in CM Punk's case, like fourth,
sixth. You die your nails, you.
No, they're daft not to do it. AEW, get it on.
Might as well make chicken salad out of chicken shit, yeah. It's happened.
Yeah, I think Dax Howard's pushing it a lot because he wants that big payday. He wants a 6-man tag, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So speaking of wrestling balance, Dax Howard's up there, isn't he?
You know which one he is, though?
No, to this day, I don't know which one he is. I think he wears boring tights.
It's Terry Pierce.
Every time he opens his mouth, I just think
he does. He's got a podcast now, hasn't he?
Oh, of course he has.
Oh yeah,
he took over Regal's podcast now.
I'll say.
Yeah, because Regal apparently. Well, I don't know because Bruce Pritchard still is, isn't he? But he's not doing it now because he's gone back to WWE. So
yeah, it's not allowed to.
Dax Howard's took his slot.
No, the worst news we haven't put on here is I was going to slag off Dax Howard, then I'll save everyone. Regal's not allowed to be on TV.
All 2023.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
He was at SmackDown on Friday, wasn't
he? Yeah. Probably checking he still has a job. Vince is back. What time on a Regal's part, really, wasn't it? But
just because he's not allowed on TV, don't mean he'll won't be there at Money in the Bank. He might come out for the camera.
I could come for the live crowd, actually. Yeah.
I
thought that. Yeah. Could be on the balcony with Johnny Saint. Where's Johnny Saint? I haven't seen him for a while.
Someone gets Sid.
I hope I just locked him in the warehouse of all the NXT UK set by accident.
Yeah, he'll be in the box at Access.
That's why Johnny Saint there. Yeah.
Johnny Saint and Sid in the box.
Matty Jones.
Tell him Sid. Right, that's been the news. I didn't want to get heated, but I had to.
You got very heated, Russ.
I can't stand the meat or Sasha Banks.
Good God.
Can't stand him. I'll boo him. If I see him live, I'm going to boo him. If there's a 6-year-old cheering for him, he's getting oofed.
Again.
Right. Right into the ring. Do
Go on.
Right, Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Scoop L, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Scoop L.
Thank you everybody for listening, and join us on Wednesday for another episode of Wrestling Around.